Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Finally, I know it's been quite some time since the last one and I haven't really streamed that much lately, but I have been very busy editing this tier list video that I made together with Chet on one of my latest streams, and this video will be a tier list for all the launch SSR cards or SSR support cards that you can get in the gacha when the game actually releases, ranking them up together to see which ones are the better ones and which ones you might actually want to aim for. It's super creep, by the way, but in any case, I hope you guys appreciate the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Oh, and also, for the sake of not making this video too big, and for the sake of my own sanity, to be honest, because I spent a really long time editing all this footage. It was like 4 hours of footage. It's kind of ridiculous. But in any case, for the sake of that, I've decided to cut off from the video the C tier cards and the D tier cards, because at the end of the day, they don't really matter that much. And if you don't want to know why they don't matter, it basically comes down to a mixture of being a guts card, which we don't really use at the start or near the launch of the game, and also not having any specialty rate up, which is also very important. And also maybe just being like a very niche card while also being those things. So yeah, a mixture of all that makes them not be a very good card. But in any case, well, if you do want more details, I guess you can watch the streams where I go every single one of them, but that's basically the gist of it. In any case, I'll leave you to it, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Are never really that useful in my opinion. Silent Suzuka, she is a speed card. Speed cards are of course very important. We usually will need like what, 2 to 3 speed cards on the deck. So honestly, getting any speed card will be pretty good. Well, let's see if this one is good. Yeah, okay, it's for the unique effect. She increases motivation by 15. That's crazy. Probability of getting hints, 20%. Damn, okay. 35 friendship bonus. It's kind of crazy. She has specialty rate up at 65. That's... okay, these stats are insane. These stats are insane. 35 friendship bonus, 65 specialty rate up, and freaking 55 motivation bonus. Starting bond at 25 is also quite nice. Raise 5%, whatever. Fan counts, whatever. Skill points. We need the skill points. We need the skill point. And initial speed at 30. Okay, this is whatever, right? This is whatever and this is whatever. Well, let's check the skills though. Let's check the skills. Green, your field of view increase your and your wisdom stat is increased by 40. If you're a run, wait a sec. This is a very runner-specific support card, which makes sense because Silent Suzuka is actually a runner, which is funny. She can't even use this, but yeah, some speed, your acceleration, not speed, acceleration at the 7, which is nice. At the random points in the final corner, if you're in the lead, your acceleration also very strong. These two are very strong. And of course, more runner stuff. This is not a very general card. However, the stats are crazy. And these stats, these passives, are gonna be really useful at the start of the game. Because of that, I want to put her at A tier. Because she is not very general. The stats are amazing, but she is only really good on runners. Also, she has left turns actually, which is extremely general. Oh, wait, does she? Left turn, your speed increase on counterclock. Yeah, there you go. Actually, very true. Very true. More speed on counterclockwise. I completely missed that. Thank you so much for telling me. It's still A tier, though. A sounds perfect. Yeah. I also feel like A is the perfect place for this support card, taking into account all the crazy passives, but the very niche skills. In any case, Tokaiteo, a fan favorite for many people. She has a speed card, and her unique effect is increases a stat gain from friendship by 10%. Initial speed at training, it's 20. Kind of whatever. This is nice. So she ends up getting a total of 30% friendship bonus. 60% motivation is kinda nuts. 25% starting bonds, very nice. Hint rate 40 and int level at 2 is also quite nice. Specialty rate up at 35, which is low on lower size. More power. We do get power whenever we strain for speed, and some speed bonus by 10%. And this is useless. The low specialty rate up is a little bit underwhelming. This portion is also a little bit underwhelming. She does have a very high friendship and motivation, to be honest. She can help with the hints, and this is also kind of whatever. Well, I don't see like any, okay, just leader, medium, very general at first sight. Beyond the first 10 seconds of the race, if you move, I don't like this one. This is happen, I mean, if you're like a betweener, you probably do end up doing this because you need to move around the horses. A block during last spurt becomes slightly better at navigating. If you're a betweener, like betweener or runner, is runner the last one? The one at the end of the race, basically. If you're behind, this one could be very, very useful. Leader, when you move right to left, your acceleration. It could work, but I feel like it's not very consistent though. At random points of the opening leg, your lane movement speed will increase, slightly increase. Kind of whatever. Could be good for the strategy, which is the first strategy. I keep forgetting the names, the runners. Improvise. And a little bit better at positioning during the final leg of the race. It is a quite good skill. I mean, it's nice having acceleration, but at random point, the only real good situation would be at the end of the middle leg. At that point, it's kind of RNG. Would be nice to get this during the last straight, but it's still kind of RNG. I don't really like this one too much. It could trigger before the last spurt. And for this slightly increased speed on straight, this is also quite good. But yeah, the skills overall are kind of useful. The stats are also pretty solid. So overall, I would say UP. Seiyo is A rank, definitely. She has a great stats. I definitely overlooked the skills. They are very useful for two different kinds of people, the behinders and the fronters. I'm gonna call them that. Most people will probably use this quite a bit often. Vodka. She is a power card, so she will be kind of useful. Her unique effect is increased stats gained from friendship training by 10%. Quite nice. Increased probability of getting a sign. Oh, okay, so specialty rate of 20. Goddamn. 45% friendship bonus. Wait a second. 85 specialty. Oh my god. This is nuts. Starting bond, really nice. Kind of whatever. Pointless. Useful. Ooh. This card is very good. Let's see the skills. In Tokyo, more stamina. Whatever. Middle leg straight, your stamina will recover. Random points, random straight. That's fine. That's good. Random point in the first half of the last spurt, your speed will go. This is really nice. Last leg is really nice. Very useful. Wow. Very universal. It's a very universal card. Very, very good card. Random points, random straight, your acceleration with straight axle. Oh, this one. Well, if you're lucky, you get this during the last spurt. Outside of last spurt, this is incredibly useless. Wait, betweener. During the first half of the final leg, if you're not in front, you're... Damn. While if you're in the second half of the pack, at random points in the final leg, you accelerate. This is such a great card. This is such an amazing card. Oh, that's also really good. Block last spurt becomes slightly better moving. Okay, very nice. Gold recovery, and it's for everybody. It is honestly really nice. Vodka is insane. It's at least S tier. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is at least S tier. El Condor Pasa. Unique effect. Increases stats gained for friendship by 10%. Increases probability of getting assigned to specialty by 20. Okay, we're gonna need a little bit more than that. Wait, this looks actually really nice. 30% friendship, right? 40% motivation. Some starting bond, which is nice. 70 rate up, specialty. And some more power and increase the training at 10%. Honestly, really nice. Let's check the skills. Leader, medium. Oh. I mean, it's good for leaders, and it's good for mediums, I guess. Not super niche. It's mediums and leaders. You guys do make a very, very good point. She is definitely not as useful as speed cards. So she does go to B. Seiyun Sky, a stamina card. Something only long distance runners will probably use. Increase motivation bonus by 15%. Increase probability of getting assigned to specialty training by 20. Okay. Specialty is insanely high. Friendship 35 is also quite nice. We have 55 friendship motivation bonus, I mean. Also really nice, right? Starting bonds useful. Race whatever, fan count whatever. Stamina is nice. And these two are also quite nice. She doesn't have any training bonus, which is unfortunate. Let's move on to the skills. Your speed increase when forced favorites are below. What? Increase when you start very situational. 3 skills, middle leg. Your speed increase. It's nice, universal. Some debuffs, very universal debuffs, but usually debuffs aren't really that useful, are they? I know there are some builds to make like debuffing characters, but I think for the most part they're not that like important. The other skills are for runner skills. Oh damn. Quite nice for runners though. Overall, she is relatively good. No training bonus. This is a runner's card, you know? This is a runner's card. The stats are useful. fine. Let's put it at B. Let's put it at B. Runners spend a lot of stamina also. In long distance racers, that would be kind of bad. Fine motion. So let's check what the fine motion card actually does. The card that everybody keeps talking about. Friendship training plus 10%. And bond starting at 15. Okay. Two very good unique effects. She has, of course, a wit card, a wisdom card, right? A wisdom card. So she has in total a 35% friendship bonus. Increased training 15%. Crazy good. Crazy good. She even has some motivation. Low, but she even has some motivation bonus. Quite nice, quite nice. Wisdom recovery. She does have some specialty training, some specialty rate up, I mean. She can give a good amount of stats with the wisdom, motivation bonus, the training bonus, and the friendship bonus. Check the skills. Speed, counterclockwise, honestly, one of the good ones. It's a hit or miss, this one. When blocked during the last spur, a slight detour. It's good for betweeners and chasers? Chasers! And your speed will slightly increase at random points and random corners. It's actually quite nice. Okay, fine motion is actually a really good card. She kinda acts. That is a great point. 2 years without getting power creep is kind of insane. She might actually be double S.
The next day.
Sakura Boxing, which is another speed card. Unique effect. Increases stats gain from friendship by 10%. Okay. Initial bond 15. Ooh, okay. So we have a grand total of 30% friendship bonus. Okay, 40% motivation bonus. Starting bond at 40. 40 starting bond. Okay, quite nice. Specialty right up at 50. Initial speed bonus, and increased training 10%. Oh my goodness. Overall, very solid stats. Going over the skills, it's all short. If you're training a short character, short distance runner, I mean, great. She's gonna be like crazy good. But outside of that, she's kind of whatever. And I guess the skills are really good. So maybe she is an A rank. Solid A tier. Solid A tier. Moving on to Super Creek. Holy, those are huge. Goddamn. Increases the stat gain from friendship bonus by 10%. Okay, quite nice. Increased probability of signing by specialty rate up by 20. Okay, quite nice. We have a great start here. So she has a total of 35 friendship bonus. She has 15% increased training. Initial stamina, 35, kind of whatever, you know. We don't really care too much about the initial stamina. Granted, of course, to be honest, okay, to be fair, the initial stats at the start of the game, they are relatively useful because we don't really get that many stats. So they are a little bit useful. 35 specialty rate up, okay. No, she has 55 specialty rate up. That's pretty damn nice, I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty damn nice. She doesn't have any motivation bonus, unfortunately, but overall, these stats are really good. Moving on to the skills. Crazy good green skill, power on good track races. This is very easy to achieve. A very easy to use stamina recovery skill. Slightly increased speed when overtaking during the middle. A very easy to use speed recovery skill or increased skill. A very nice skill for speed increase during the last spurt. We have Arc Maestro. A very useful and incredibly good stamina recovery skill. One of the few ones at the start of the game, which is unfortunate. This card is crazy. This is a crazy good card. No wonder people keep talking about this card, actually. She is super useful. Since we don't really get that many stats, it's gonna be really hard to get enough stamina to survive the whole race. So Arc Maestro makes it incredibly easy to survive the races because you do recover a lot of stamina. Outside of getting great stats and great skills, Arc Master is also like an incredibly useful and honestly needed skill for long distance characters and probably mid distance ones. Kinda makes the card kinda necessary. Yeah. Moving on to Smart Falcon, which is a power card. So for the unique effect is increases the amount of power gain when training together. Very nice. Friendship bonus 20% is kind of low. 60% motivation is very nice. Starting bond and 25 also very nice. reasonable amount of hint level and hint rate up. Specialty rate up at 35. It's kind of low. Stamina bonus. Yeah, power does give stamina. No training bonus. Low friendship. Nothing too crazy, right? Nothing too crazy. The power size increase. Slightly heavy. Well, this is reasonably good. Cloudy days. A lot of runner skills. Extra acceleration and stamina. Yeah, I mean, some nice stuff for runners. Some reasonably good stuff. Overall, this card's kind of whatever. The power card, she was alright. I would say right now my initial thought is a B tier. Initial Flower. It's the speed card Initial Flower. Unique effect. Increased motivation stat bonus when training together. Some extra motivation by 15%. Initial bond by 15. Okay. So we have 20% friendship. It's kind of low. Starting bond at 35. Oh, so she has a grand total. Wait a second. 50. Goddamn. A good amount of hints and rate ups and levels. She has increased trading. Does she have the motivation? She has the motivation by 45%. Increased speeds. Damn, these stats are honestly really good. She doesn't have any specialty rate up. I was so excited for a second. In core, okay, that's nice. Oh, that's nice green skills, nice green. Random points, random corners, just speed will increase. Okay, for leaders. And for milers, second half of the pack, random point, final lag, acceleration. Honestly, a very useful skill. At random points, straight, your speed will increase. You know what? She can actually help a little bit with wisdom. Just a little bit though, just a little bit. She's super RNG. She does have great skills. She has great stats. No specialty rate up. But when she hits very hard, you know. And she's a speed card. She is still like low A tier, maybe high B tier, you know. Maybe high B tier. Maybe high B tier. Biko Pegasus. Another speed card. And this one, the unique effect is increased stat gain when training together by 5. Okay, very nice. Increased probability of 20% specialty rate up. Very nice. So 25% friendship bonus. A little bit on the lower side, but it's still fine. 20% increased training. Don't tell me. Ooh. Oh no, okay. Jesus Christ. Okay. I was gonna have a stroke. Okay, she does have the specialty rate up at 55, which is really good. Initial speeds, whatever. Race, whatever. Fan, whatever. Okay, more speed. Starting bond at 30 is also very useful. She does not have the friendship bonus. No, sorry, the motivation bonus. So she does not have the trifecta. However, that 20% training is kind of nuts. She's very good. Honestly, very solid. Very good card. In any case, skills. Wait, it's a lot of short and mile. Okay, your speed will increase. Oh, this is a really nice skill. The first half of the pack during the second half of the opening leg. It's good for runners. Another mile, second half, the pack, random points in the middle of final leg, acceleration, well, final leg, never mind. It's very good for milers. Okay. Stamina reduced and acceleration. It's nice, yes. Okay, this is very short focused. It's super short focused. Overall, this is a very nice card, to be perfectly honest. I'd put her at low A? God, what's up with these cards being so freaking niche? They have crazy stats, but they're all so niche, you know? They're all so niche. Now, let me read chat. The purest stat stick. You skip kid only if you plan on getting trainer cards event ever scenario. If you want speed and nothing else, this is your girl.